God is just a made-up idea in your mind. One of the biggest mistakes that people make with religious texts such as the Bible is that they turn their Bible into a false God. What was supposed to be a vehicle to God becomes an impediment, a wall, a barrier that keeps you from the truth. And the reason is that we have so many assumptions. We say this is the way that God is because this is what the book says. We become attached to our beliefs and we trade the truth for these ideas that create a false sense of safety, of knowing. And that is why you see when people attack other people's beliefs, they get triggered, they get angry. Why is this? It's because the ego is fundamentally insecure about everything. And so in order to take resources away from the thinking mind, it has to make the person emotional. Because once the truth is revealed, these silly beliefs and these silly ideas get evaporated. And everything that we built our life upon as this ego becomes threatened. We have this idea of the world about the way that the world is. And if the way we see the world is wrong, then we just don't know what to believe anymore. But think about the idea of God for a moment. God, by definition, existed before there was human beings, which means that God existed before there was ever a mind to perceive of the idea of God. Which means that God is beyond all words, beyond all thoughts, beyond all concepts. So all ideas about God are fundamentally wrong. All of those who speak about God are hypocrites. Even me. Because we try to take the infinite and the eternal and put it in a box. But God cannot be boxed. Of course, there's no reason to get so harsh on ourselves. We're only human. We're designed to be imperfect. We're not designed to know the whole truth. We're designed to understand a very small slice of truth. The problem is that we think we know. We think we know it all. And that is why pride is the cardinal sin, and why humility is wisdom. As Socrates said, all I know is that I know nothing. Because when you accept that you know nothing, you are open to everything. But the moment you say, no, I know the truth, this is the true nature of reality, well then you put yourself in a box and cut yourself off from the truth. As it has been said, don't mistake the moon for the finger pointing at the moon. Don't mistake the map for the territory. Understand that all ideas and concepts are merely signposts pointing toward the truth. And a big problem on the spiritual journey and for religious people in general is that they get caught in these ideas of what they believe is true. What a lot of people don't know is that unconsciously, when we argue or fight about our beliefs, we don't fight for them because we think it is the truth. We fight for them because we think we are right. Those who fight and argue about religion, who claim they believe in the truth, are nothing but hypocrites desperately trying to reinforce their sense of self-identity. They identify with their beliefs, and so when you attack another person's beliefs, you are in truth attacking them. And if you want to know that you are being blinded by your attachment to your beliefs, just wait until somebody attacks them. Wait until somebody threatens the ideas that you have been holding on to and see how emotional you get. Because those who are confident in their beliefs have no reason to react negatively. One may be passionate, but being passionate is much different than getting triggered and angry. You see, all religious wars for the past thousands and thousands of years have been a waste of time. They have been pointless. It was all a subtle game, or not so subtle, a game of power and control to say, the way that I do things is right, and if you don't agree with me, then I will destroy you. Because this is my world, monkey minds fighting with each other, animalistic groupthink, hypocrites wearing the mask of morality, thinking they care about the truth when they only care about themselves. But those who truly wish to find God and to be with God, you do not need to speak a single word, because God is beyond all words, thoughts, and ideas. God is found before the mind. God is found in silence, in emptiness. It is better to pray silently in a quiet room than to make a big scene of going to church and being this religious person. You see, we prove our love by what we choose to focus on. And those who fight about religion are truly focusing on themselves. But those who focus on God and do not concern themselves with all of these distractions, with concepts and ideas and beliefs, those who find God do not need these things, because they will have true understanding. And it's not that they don't serve a purpose up to a point. It is like the story of the Buddhist monk who was traveling into the forest to find a monastery. And he found himself upon a great river, very dangerous. He could not cross it. And so he was forced to spend a few days and build a boat. He worked really hard every day. And in the end, he made his boat and was able to safely cross the river. But you see, he had to make a decision to make. He spent all this time and this energy building this boat. There was a bit of an attachment to it. Should he just leave the boat and move on with his journey? Or should he carry the boat with him to the monastery? And the answer is quite obvious. What was once a vehicle that served him on his journey eventually became a hindrance and a burden. You see, spiritual ideas and religious concepts and spiritual texts, these things are blessings. Thousands and thousands of years of human wisdom extracted down into these texts. Even if you are an atheist, do not frivolously throw them aside. You might think you're attacking a religious text, but in truth, you're attacking thousands of years of human evolution. Humans trying to understand reality, understand the nature of things. But what I would say to most people is that at some point, you don't throw your religious texts away. You just put them on the shelf, because you can't look at God when your face is deep in a book. That's why I say don't get fooled into turning a vehicle, that which guides you along your journey. Don't make it your God. And I say this because in doing this, you sacrifice the truth for a belief. Beliefs that are always changing, and things that are always changing are not reliable. But the truth is always the truth. The highest truth is that which is most eternal. And that is why God is found in the silence, because the silence is eternal. The quicker you want to find God, the quicker you should let go of your attachment to all of these beliefs, because no matter what you believe, it can never be the whole truth. And instead of doing all these different things to try and look religious, to try and seem like you live a godly life, stop talking about God and just talk to God. It literally takes no effort at all. And as you continue to develop your relationship with God, you will understand the way that God speaks to you. But if you do not have a relationship with God, you will not know how God works. God will work in mysterious ways, but the more familiar you get, the more you understand. And the more you can let go of all of these different silly beliefs. Do you disagree with what I have said? Let me know in the comments. Much peace and many blessings.